Coming in hours before the deadline, the Baltimore Police Department outlining plans to increase patrols this summer as part of the agency's short-term crime plan. Plus, the mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement is pushing back and defending itself against some criticisms from some people who argue the agency is not doing enough to save lives. A mass shooting leaving one person dead, more than 60 rounds were fired. So many pieces of evidence, investigators running out of markers. A grandmother getting shot by a stray bullet while reading in bed. A high school kid killed after his junior prom. Just a few of the latest examples of violence in Baltimore, and part of the reason Councilman Eric Costello is demanding answers from the police department and the agency tasked with creating safer neighborhoods.
I think that when you talk about the state of public safety in the city of Baltimore, we are failing right now.
BPD sending Costello a detailed look at a short-term crime plan, including increasing patrols from June through September. Commissioner Michael Harrison says he's authorizing 300 additional hours of overtime for officers in each district every week, starting now. To pay for it, the department will use part of the $8 million in new state funding. This map shows where the priorities will be. Fed Hill, Harbor East, and the Inner Harbor, the same place where 17-year-old Neil Mack was gunned down last weekend, killed, leaving 2 other teens injured. Harrison telling Costello to incorporate more of what the councilman is asking. The city needs to implement the smart policing program, but not everyone in City Hall is on board with the plan, which calls for officers to stop responding to certain calls and requires people to file some complaints online. According to the plan submitted, BPD will enhance warrant services, targeting those wanted in violent crimes. Staffing shortages are touched on, with Harrison talking about recruitment ideas. Meanwhile, Costello also demanding updates on staffing levels and the gun violence reduction strategy from MONSE. Shantae Jackson, the director of the agency, is defending the organization's effectiveness, saying the work cannot be done overnight, and MONSE has, quote, remain diligently focused on meeting the ambitious timelines and targets we established during our foundational year. Adding the agency is nearly fully staffed and, quote, we are confident in our ability to take our coordination, implementation, and engagement work to the next level. Jackson says the GVRS is in the early phases of the pilot program, operating in the Western District, though she says progress is being made. MONSE is the same agency operating the Safe Streets program. The Community Violence Intervention Program Fox 45 News has been investigating for months. Jackson has not agreed to do an interview with Fox 45 to discuss Safe Streets, which does have 10 locations scattered around the city. Hundreds of pages detailed from the 2 agencies come as Costello says the plans to save lives in the city are not enough.
I mean, at what point do we say enough is enough and government must intervene to stop the bloodshed?
The councilman says he will review the details over the weekend. Costello says he expects to question both agencies about their respective plans just put forward. MONSE is up on Monday night for their budget hearing, and on Tuesday, it's BPD. In Baltimore, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.